Hello everyone, this is going to be another Halo 4 speedrunning tutorial. This time we are on mission 2, Requiem, on the legendary difficulty. This mission is a little bit more complicated than the first mission, Dawn. There's a lot more combat in this mission, and there's a lot more movement tactics that do take place in this mission. This mission will involve muscle running, which is a trick that allows for infinite sprint. And it works by running and canceling your sprint animation in air to allow for infinite sprint. Now first thing we're going to do is run into a straight line and grab this plasma pistol over here. On easy difficulty you would not grab this plasma pistol, but we will need this on legendary to help us get through the very first section of this mission. As you see here, I will be muscle running, so I will jump, melee, and that will cancel my sprint while I'm mid-air, but I'll carry the same momentum from that sprint. And once I cancel in air, my sprint begins to recharge automatically. So if you do it at the proper times, you can, in essence, have infinite sprint. This mission is a lot more open than Dawn, so therefore muscle running will be very beneficial to use. I did not cover muscle running in Dawn because muscle running is in fact slower when you get shot a lot, and it's very hard to muscle run in tight corridors, especially when you're being shot at. So that's why I didn't cover it, because it's not really that important for the first mission. This mission has a lot more open areas and a lot more freedom to explore, so it will definitely save time to learn how to muscle run. We're about to approach the very first section, and the first section is probably the hardest part of this mission. It is very difficult, and there are a few ways you can approach the section, but I'll be showing the easiest way and probably the most consistent way of getting through it. But the easier way is still very difficult and inconsistent. As we approach this area, we're going to follow this path that I am doing here, and there'll be 3 grunts. You don't have to run them over, they make no impact. And if you stop around here at this bend, you can get a checkpoint. And the first thing you want to do is take out the Jackal Sniper. Your second focus is the Elite, and killing the Jackal is optional. So I'm going to show that succession now. So Jackal Sniper, then the Elite, and now I'm going to take out the Jackal, but he is optional. Then you're going to turn around and try to overcharge this Elite and kill him immediately. Now, I'm going to show that one more time. You, in theory, do not have to kill any one of these enemies. You can run past them all, but that is very inconsistent, and I would not recommend. This time I got bad RNG with the sniper hiding, which is strange. So I'm going to show how you don't have to do anything. As you can see, I got completely annihilated. The sniper hides. That's usually worst case scenario, because he is the most dangerous enemy, because he can strip your shields in one go. So that time, everything worked out. I'm going to ignore the Jackal this time, show that you don't need to kill him. But he will shoot at you, which does make it a little bit harder. Now around this corner, there's going to be 3 grunts. One of them will always carry a field rod gun, which we are going to collect. You would definitely want the field rod gun, and sometimes 2 grunts can have a field rod gun, so be careful in approaching this section, because you don't get a checkpoint from the previous section, as you're about to see. So demonstrate this one more time. So we got that guy, take out the Elite, and easy, just like that. So it'll be 3 grunts, some will carry field rod guns, others will carry needlers. This time I got 2 of them, the field rod guns. And you're going to try out your plasma pistol for the field rod. The reload is running up this hill to cancel your sprint animation. And in this section here, we're going to take out the elite through the middle. I fire 2 shots, because sometimes you can sidestep. And I got another field rod spawn there. Sometimes you will not get that field rod spawn. If you wait here, you can get a checkpoint, most usually. This time I'm not going to get one. And creep around the bend to kill the jackal sniper. And then you're going to run up the rocks here. Now you can jump up these rocks, but you'll be shot at a lot more here, so it's recommended to run around the path I showed first. So I'll do it one more time. Fire 2 shots and wait for the elite. Kill everything to your left first, because they have a bigger line of sight, because this rock will cover you. And reload if you have to. Careful of the jackal sniper, be ready. And then run and follow this pathway here so this rock can block you. Now this next section is what we call camo clear. There's going to be a elite with a sword, 3 grunts, and 2 jackals. All these enemies up here have to be dead in order for the mission to continue. This is what we nicknamed camo clear. So you're going to take 2 throw rods to kill the elite first. Then you're going to use your magnum, pick off the grunts first, and be very wary of needles. Needles in Halo 4 are very dangerous. It takes about 6 or 7 to super combine you, which is instant death. And jackals fire off very fast volleys of needler shots. Let's camo clear. It is very straightforward. Just 2 shots kill the elite. And then clean up everything else with the magnum. So you can see here I'm muscle running. The preferred interval on flat ground for muscle running is to run and jump every 1.7 seconds to get the maximum use out of the trick. Now here you have 2 choices. You can keep the field rod gun for this area, which is what we call map room, or you can grab the plasma pistol. Either one is liable. I prefer taking the plasma pistol because there's only one scenario in which the field rod gun will be faster, but I find that the field rod gun is actually harder to use on elites. So I'm going to take the plasma pistol for the use of this tutorial. And now we're treated to a unskippable cutscene, which is like 15 to 20 seconds. When we approach this room, we're going to have to press 2 buttons, which will create 2 waves of enemies to come out. On Legendary, we move from the right side of the room first to the left side. While on Easy, we go from left to right. So we're going to run, and we're going to trade out our Magnum. It has very little ammo in it for a carbine right here around the corner. And now you have the option of pressing a button, or you can take the faster route and make the jumps over this gap. Now these jumps can be very tricky, and the way to do these is to sprint, and as soon as you start the dip down, right here there's a little bit of a dip you can see, then you jump. So you run, dip, jump, and I crouch to get a little bit of extra distance. So run, dip, crouch. Run, dip, crouch. And then press the button. You have to do the same thing on the way back. Run, dip, crouch. Now here, this elite here sometimes will not always be running this fast. That slow, I mean. He will be running very fast. If that is the case, you have no option except for to not kill him yet, and you'll have to kill him later on. But either way, if you don't get the elite, you just turn around and kill the 3 grunts, and you're going to move back through here, and you're going to crouch. You have camouflage from the earlier clear, you're going to camo. And you have the option of killing only one of these jackals. If you kill more than one of these jackals, you'll have more waves of enemies spawn later on. So I'm going to kill both. So if you do this clear here, you have now, when you press that next button, you're going to get more waves of grunts coming out of this door right over here, which I'm going to show. I mainly until I don't get a checkpoint. This door here, grunts will pop out of here, and you'll bring more enemies into the next fight, which is what you don't want. So at best, it's good to avoid the jackals, but if you absolutely have to, you can kill one. So camo. I'm going to kill just one because he's looking right at me. Then you run up here, overcharge to kill the elite. If you did not have the plasma pistol, and you throw out instead, you would just use a field rod on the elites. Now this is just the same as the other jump. You run, wait to dip, then crouch. Very simple, very easy to do. And same thing going back. Very simple, very easy to do. You're out here, you're going to see a carbine guy. It's best to take him out very early on, like that. Now, if you would have earlier killed the two jackals, now there would be grunts running out of here and running down here, which would mean that I'd be facing more needles. Now, as you can see, enemies came out that door over there, all over there. Our goal is to try to meet those enemies at that door. So I'm going to revert. I'll show this again. So we're back here, actually, back to camo clear. Into camo strats. Camo. Oh, they saw me, actually. Fortunately, I got plasma pistol spawns with the jackals, so I don't have to deal with the others, and I missed the plasma pistol. And I'm going to grab a new plasma pistol on the way down. So once again, we're going to come out. We're going to try to take out the carbine guy right away. I think I can hit him. If you don't have a new plasma pistol, grab it now, and you want to be quick here. If you can, try to pick off a few grunts over here so they don't shoot at you. And I have 3 jackals. I saved my frag grenades to grenade the jackals, and I got an elite too. Now here is where the field rod gun, I find, can be harder to use. Everything's dead now, so the clear is over. I'm going to do that again. There's a total of 4 grunts you have to kill, 3 jackals, and 2 elites. One elite is always gold with a carbine, and the other elite can range, but he always has a storm rifle. The only situation in which the field rod would be a better choice is sometimes all of the enemies will hide in that door up there, and they won't come out. So they'll all be bunched together. So using the field rod can be really easy to take out all the enemies at once. I'm going to show this one more time. But I definitely prefer the plasma pistol for the clear, because that RNG I mentioned, the field rod, is very rare to get. And also it takes 3 direct hits from the rod to take down a gold elite. And there's 5 in a clip, and it takes 2 to kill a standard elite. And if you miss your shots, you have to reload, which takes more time. And as you're shooting the field rod gun, the enemies can shoot back at you. With the plasma pistol, at least it stuns them and gives you a second to switch weapons to then follow up with the headshot. Who's behind me? I missed the jackal. Make sure to pay attention to radar. Now I have suiciding grunts from killing the one elite earlier. See here, if I can hit this guy. When I hit him, he gets stunned, which gives me a second to shoot him, follow up with the headshot. Field rod gun, it takes 3 shots in a row. A direct contact hits to kill the elite, and he can shoot at you the entire time while you're firing the weapon. And the carbine is very, very powerful in Halo 4. It can strip your shields and headshot you very fast on Legendary. And that is map room. Now we're to the next hard section of the mission bridge. You want to run and follow this right side very quickly. Jump in here and camo. If you wait here, you can get a checkpoint, but it's faster just to run so that Phantom can't get in place. You want to throw a grenade here to stick one of the grunts. It'll make the other two enemies scatter. Now, what you don't want to do is melee the grunts, because sometimes the grunts try to backsmack can actually pull out grenades and become suicidal with no warning, and you blow up. The reason why this happens, we're not really for sure, considering we don't kill any elites to make them suicide, but they're scripted too. So you see, I didn't really want to wait for the checkpoint. I wanted to go so the Phantom couldn't get in position. Try to backsmack. They're not going to suicide this time, but yeah, the Jackal didn't scatter this time either. If you wait here and kill these enemies, you can get a checkpoint. But the longer you wait on this bridge, you're racing a Phantom later on this bridge. So you don't want to be late. You want to move as fast as you can, skipping as many enemies as possible. So I'm going to show this now where I'm moving fast, and hopefully won't die. The biggest choke point on this part is to actually be killed by this Phantom right here. This Phantom can do a lot of damage very quickly if it gets enough shots on you like that. And this is why this section is deemed to be so difficult in the full game speedruns. Plus, checkpoints on this bridge are very hard to get sometimes. You can do the whole bridge without getting a single checkpoint. See, this time I got way more shields. Stuck the grunt. Sometimes it'll kill both grunts. But I don't took that grunt. That's weird. Since I didn't kill both of them, I probably won't get a checkpoint here. And you want to be quick as there's a Jackal Sniper right there. If you miss your shot, he'll probably snipe you. If you have no shields, you'll die. If you have full shields, he'll strip you of all your shields, which is not good, because there's an elite to my left, and sometimes he'll follow you. If he does, your best bet is to turn around and try to noob combo him very quickly. And here, this is the Phantom we're racing, is right here. See, I was actually kind of late, and the enemies have jumped off. When they jump off, they have the ability to EMP you, which will... was during getting this Banshee right in front of me. They'll EMP the Banshee, which will make you roll off the bridge, and you'll die from the death barrier below. Or the elite can actually hijack you, which is an issue of its own. And you just want to beat the Phantom. That's the goal, is to be there faster than the Phantom can be. So I'm going to do this again now. Hopefully I'll play a little bit better. No damage, which is very rare. We got a checkpoint this time, which is going to be kind of nice. So Elite's right there. Hopefully he won't follow. Sniper, got to be quick. Elite's not going to follow. Take out the grunts as quickly as you can so they don't put any damage into you. Take out another checkpoint. Being very fortunate right now. You see, this time I've beat the enemies from dropping off, which is good. So you want to grab the Banshee. You want to fly it high. You don't want to go too low or else you'll be EMP'd out of the air. And you want to fire a Banshee bomb into this door. The best case scenario is you'll trap this elite right here with the concussion rifle. Since it didn't, he has the chance to kill me. I'm going to ensure that again. Sometimes that elite will jump out that door very quickly like he did there, and it makes surviving a little bit more difficult. Fortunately, I have full shields right now, so I'm not being plagued by that issue of having no health. But typically you can just firebomb in here and trap him, and he'll be of no threat to you. Try it one more time. Just, you don't want to fly too low. I can actually show a demonstration of what happens if you fly too low. I didn't kill the gun at that time. That's fine. If you fly too low, typically you'll get EMP'd out of the air. Of course, I didn't in this example because that's what I was trying to demonstrate. I'll do it one more time. See if I can get EMP'd out of the air. It's very common in this game. Enemies hold their overcharges for long periods of time, and they'll typically overcharge their weapons before they even see you. You see, I almost got overcharged. Two of them actually missed. But that's examples of how bridge section works. That is probably one of the most difficult points of this mission. And now we're entering the gateway, the final section of this mission. Here we will do a deload of the majority of the enemies on this section, and we will skip the hunter fight up top by using a series of concussion jumps. Now, in order to obtain a concussion rifle, you have to kill an elite with by splattering him in your ghost, and sometimes the concussion rifle can despawn. There is a backup strat for if you get the concussion rifle deload, which I'll be showing, but best case scenario, you don't want to lose concussion rifle. We're going to start, get a checkpoint. I'm going to run, stick the grunts. I like to stick the one back here first, actually, but I missed that time. You're going to overcharge the ghost and hijack the ghost. I would scoot back to make sure this guy doesn't EMP you, and then you can progress forward at the ghost. Your goal is to go as quick as you can into this back room. You have 4 grunts and an elite. I didn't actually run over the elite, which is odd, so I'm going to kill him now and grab his concussion rifle. In most cases, you'll actually be able to splatter the ghost, but I did not there. I'm going to hopefully get a checkpoint here. But as you can see now, all the enemies out here have actually deloaded. For some reason, once you drive your ghost into this room back here, anything out here deloads. And there'll be an elite, a gold elite up here with about 4 grunts. Now I'm going to show these strats about the concussion rifle first. So let's say if you didn't get it and it deloaded, which is very common and very unfortunate when it does occur, you're going to run over here to this pillar. You're going to jump on here. Mind this elite can't shoot you now. He's not paying attention to me, but you're going to run, you're going to crouch jump, and your goal is to aim on this tip of this rock right there. This is a very complicated jump. Then you can crouch jump up to this pillar, and then you can run through and run past all these enemies here. Very easy, and you just run to the top of the tower to proceed on. Now, if you had the concussion rifle, you're going to run over here to this rock. This way is much, much faster, by the way. You're going to jump. Make sure you're not too far in, or else you'll hit this ledge right here, and it'll push you, won't be able to make you jump up. So you want to jump, just be a little bit centered so you're not going to hit that as you jump up. So you get a concussion jump with 1 shot and hold left so you make it onto the pillar, onto the ramp up here. And as you're jumping, you want a camo as you're going up. And you're going to land crouch behind this cover so this elite can't see you. So you're going to jump, hold left, and crouch and camo. You're going to crouch walk all the way over here. And you're going to walk and fire twice, and crouch again to come up here. I'm going to do this one more time. The second concussion jump takes 2 shots. You can use 3, but typically you want to take as least amount of damage as possible because he can shoot you. So you want to use just 2 shots if you can. So you aim in the middle, hold left, camo, I'm crouched so he can't see me. Stand up, you're going to run, jump, and fire the first shot into the ground, then fire the second shot while looking at the pillar like this. And then crouch on the way up. Do it one more time. This jump is very easy, not hard to make. So jump, hold left, crouch, and camo. Yeah, walk forward, double jump and crouch again. And after that, you're going to run up to here, fire concussion jump, and land. And now we've reached the ending part of the mission. Now, typically, if we didn't do this deloaded, there would be a hunter fight up here. But since we ran up the tower and missed the triggers, we will not have to fight hunters here, which is very nice on saving time. Ooh. Now on easy, there's a way to skip this entire area with a Banshee out of bounds. Unfortunately, it's very hard to get on Legendary because the Banshee on bridge is the Banshee we use, and you have to position it with a concussion rifle, and then it can be kind of hard to set up, and you'll usually be killed trying to set it up. So that's why we don't do it on Legendary. It's just too risky to do. And the time save It's a little bit. If the setup is fast, it can save a lot of time. If you don't set it up fast, then it will end up wasting time. Once we got this elevator, we ride up to the top, and we're gonna hit a trigger. You can save half a second by concussion rifle jumping like at a certain point. So once you get to that like white thing there, this ledge, the mission ends. So once I see this, I look down, I concussion jump up to save like half a second. And that is Requiem on the Legendary difficulty. This mission doesn't have that many tricks and out of bounds. The Halo 4 speedrun starts getting very out of bounds heavy from the third mission on, which is Forerunner. So the next mission will have lots of out of bounds and have more in-depth explanation of the routes. The first two missions of Halo 4 are more about combat and optimization, with just routing and knowing how to avoid enemies and killing certain enemies to make other ones scatter. Noob Combo will definitely be your best friend on Legendary difficulty. Other than that, I think I've covered everything for this tutorial. Okay, well, see you guys next time on Forerunner.